Hi, my name is Vrinda and I punch needle. You may have first discovered me like 3 years ago when I first started uploading on this channel. You may have discovered me 3 seconds ago when you clicked on the thumbnail. Either way, I'm introducing myself because this is my first time showing my face on this channel. The punch needle YouTube community is already so small. There's very few of us. So if this video somehow goes viral and you're here randomly, you don't even know what punch needle is and you don't even know who I am, welcome, esteemed guest. I hope I don't scare you away. And I thought it would be boring if I was just talking the whole time. So let's work on a punch needle piece together. I would love to share this pattern with you for free, but it's not my pattern. It's actually a modified version of the Oxford Company pattern called, I think it's like Perfect Paisley or something like that. It's in the Intermediate and Advanced Punch Needle Techniques book by Amy Oxford and Louise Culp. Great book, highly recommend buying it. But this is just my modified version, just because I wanted to work on something while I made this video, and just so you have something else to look at. So I started punch needling in the fall of 2021. It kind of started as a joke a little bit. I was really stressed out with school and work and just all of the extracurricular activities that I was doing. I was in university at the time, and I would joke to my friends that I was just gonna quit everything and start making rugs because I saw punch needle on TikTok and it looked like the most fun thing ever. And well, I may have spoken it into existence. I didn't drop out of school though. I did graduate, but everything else, yeah. I dropped everything and started punch needling. So the first punch needle kit I bought was actually from Etsy, and everything about it was wrong. The fabric, the yarn, the needle, the hoop, everything about it was wrong. And it wasn't a fun experience, but I don't know, something in me was like, this has gotta be like a tools problem. It's not a me problem. So I started learning more about punch needle, and then I discovered the Oxford Company, and on a whim, I bought 2 Oxford punch needles, a frame, and some monk's cloth, and I just really wanted to learn the techniques the right way and, you know, not just the TikTok way, because nothing pisses me off more than someone who like tries a craft once and then thinks that they're qualified enough to teach people about the craft. That's stupid. I don't want to learn from people like that. So I spent years practicing punch needle, you know, learning the techniques, getting as good as I can. And then about 2 years ago, actually 2 years ago, as of right now, I did my Oxford punch needle instructor certification so that I could really get the hang of advanced techniques and stuff like that. And throughout that time, I was making YouTube videos. I found that there weren't very many people doing punch needle on YouTube. And if they were doing punch needle, they weren't exactly sharing the right tricks, the right techniques, all that stuff. I thought that it would be beneficial if someone actually shared the correct tips, the correct techniques, the correct way of doing things. You have to know the rules to be able to break them, and I wanted to be the one to share those rules in a way that makes sense. I also found that the punch needle community very much skewed in a certain demographic direction, and there weren't a lot of young people doing this craft, and I thought to myself, it would be great if I could share how awesome this craft is with, you know, people my age, I'm 26, and get them into punch needle. And whether that's by making like fun videos, making patterns that are less, I guess, folky and more contemporary and fun, or just something else, I just really wanted to share this craft. And I also just really like doing YouTube. I always joked ever since I was in high school that I wanted to make a YouTube channel. I would, this is really funny. I would, whenever something was annoying me or bothering me, I was like, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. I'm gonna be an influencer. Don't talk to me. I don't need to know this. Don't talk to me. I'm gonna be an influencer. As a joke. But again, speaking things into existence, I think I'm onto something with that. I started my channel in July of 2023, and I have been uploading videos ever since. I've made a lot of different projects like pillows, clothing items, wall hangings, and my absolute favorite thing to make, which are rugs. I love making something big. I love having a big project to sink my teeth into, and everyone on YouTube finds it pretty cool and fun and impressive, so I enjoy making rugs the most. And I find punch needle so great because there are so many benefits to the craft and so many ways that it can improve your life. There's a lot of repetition involved in this craft. You're repeating rows and rows of stitches, making them the exact same size, and just going over and over again until you fill up your fabric. I find that creates a real state of mindfulness and really helps you get into a meditative state because people's attention spans are like all over the place these days. And there's a lot of instant gratification involved with it as well. You really get to see the piece unfold as you work on it, more so than other fiber arts. I find it really fun to just see the canvas fill up and see it start from nothing to just a burst of yarn and a burst of color. I just find that really, really satisfying. And for me, I have a hard time focusing on a lot of things. I think that's the ADHD, but with punch needle, I'm in the zone and I'm having fun. I think it's quite beneficial for cognitive function as well. There's a lot of active decision making involved with punch needle. Where to start a row of stitches, where to stop, how to use up your yarns in ways that make sense. The craft has the potential to make you extremely active in the decision making in terms of how you want your piece to look like, color-wise, texture-wise, your loop lengths. There's a lot of creativity involved as well. You're not limited to the lines or the instructions of your pattern. You can punch on the lines, inside the lines, or outside the lines, or all three. If you don't like the way you drew your pattern, you can change it up and no one will notice. Punch needle is also a uniquely North American craft. The style of punch needle that I do originated in Eastern Canada as well as the Eastern United States. So there's a lot of really interesting history around it, a lot of interesting traditions. And I just felt a desire to preserve the craft in my own unique way, in the hopes that maybe someone watching would find it interesting enough to try it out for themselves. So, why am I showing my face? I wish I had some inspirational reason for you or something like that, but I don't. There are a lot of videos that I want to make, but I just felt limited by not showing my face. It's really difficult to get your point across when you're faceless. You really have to go the extra mile to keep people interested, and it just felt like a limitation at this point, so showing my face was the way to go. I also think it's a good idea for people to put a face to the name, because I've been here for like 3 years and no one knew what I looked like until now. I also didn't want anyone to think that I was AI or something like that. I know there's a lot of weird bot channels that do punch needle and whatever, and they basically just steal videos or they like generate videos that use like a fake voice or whatever. Yeah, no, I'm real. I'm super real, so this is my way of showing that. But can I be so for real from my heart with you? I was testing out camera angles for old other videos, and then I pointed the camera to my face, and I was like, I look cute. Why am I not showing my face? But just because I'm showing my face doesn't mean things are gonna change. I'm still going to be punch needling. You'll just see my face in the videos now, which is pretty cool. I'd love to do more fiber arts on this channel. We've done crochet and a little bit of sewing and yarn dyeing, but it's been mostly punch needle. I still need to learn how to spin because I've been wanting to do that for so long, like spinning yarn. I do need to learn knitting well enough to do more than just a little sample square, and a bunch of other fiber arts that I really, really want to try out. I would also just love to go to more fiber festivals. I don't know how much I'd buy at any of them because I'm not a big like yarn haul person. I find it like really wasteful and unnecessary and just slop YouTube content. But if there are things that I like, I might buy them. I'd also like to make a lot of different videos, like videos on some great punch needle patterns to try out, some of my favorite color palettes, some challenge videos like no using wool yarn in a punch needle piece, and just some other fun stuff. In any case, this channel will continue to remain in the fiber art sphere, so do not worry. I want to leave you with just one question, and this isn't even an inspirational question. I just want to know, now that I've shown you my face, do I change my profile picture? Or should I just keep it my logo? Because here's the thing, I really like my logo, and apparently no one knows what my logo means. So we're gonna go over that right now. You can see it's a lotus flower, and this is supposed to be V for Vrinda, and then this is supposed to be G for gold. Isn't that cute? I don't know whether it should be my face or the logo. Would love to hear your opinions. Please comment below what you think. I would love to know. But yeah, I don't know when I'm going to finish this pattern. I'm thinking once I'm done, I'll do a community post on my channel and you can see the finished version because I have a feeling it's gonna look really cute. So if you wanna see that, you should subscribe to this channel and like this video and comment below anything, but especially your profile picture opinions. I would very much like to know. I'm super new to this. I'm not incredibly used to talking to a camera. I haven't really done this before, so please bear with me as I continue to make adjustments to my lighting and whatever. Isn't it great that you get to see my face now? I'm really excited to just make new videos, really elevate the channel, take it to a next level, and hopefully get some of you into punch needle, which is my favorite thing ever to do in the world. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon.